Yo, what's going on, my beautiful people? You ever been to a football game with a friend or heard a broadcaster say, oh, they play cover one defense on that third down? And you're like, yeah, I see it. But deep down inside, you're like, I got no idea what Buddy is talking about. Don't worry, I got you. I'm going to teach you the basics of cover one defense in this video. I think I know a little something about cover one defense, considering that I played football at Syracuse University for 4 years. Now, before we go any further, make sure you tell your sister, your mother, your brother about the things we're doing here on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, think of this video like a 100 level course in college. We're just going over the basics and the foundation of cover one defense. Now, you're wondering, all right, Carl, I hear you, but what is cover one defense? It is quite simple. There is one deep middle safety on the field. Think of him like a center fielder in baseball. The Bills just acquired C.J. Gardner-Johnson, so for the sake of this video, he's going to be the center fielder, the deep free safety. And then they are playing man coverage everywhere else. It's that simple. If you see this look, more often than not, it is cover one defense. But if we look at this diagram, there's a deep free safety, and then there is man coverage everywhere but one person, Dorian Williams. Let's do some math real quick. There are 5 offensive linemen. Those guys can go out for a pass. And then you have the quarterback. That's 6 players. That leaves 5 players unaccounted for. So every single play in man coverage, we have to account for 5 players. So on this formation, the 2 outside receivers, 2 outside cornerbacks, the 2 inside receivers, the 2 slot receivers, there's a nickel cornerback guarding him. And then on the other side, Cole Bishop is the safety down on Dalton Kincaid. And then a linebacker is guarding James Cook. That leaves one player who has nobody to guard. And depending on the play call, the defensive coordinator can get a little funky and freaky with what he wants to do with him. This play call, he's going to be the low hole robber, where he's basically taking over anything and robbing anything over the middle of the field, while the deep safety guy, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, is the deep guy doing the same exact thing. But he can also blitz. He can be a quarterback spy. Heck, he can double someone else if he needs to, but that is the point of cover one defense. We are man everywhere else, and then we have 2 players that are unaccounted for. Now, here's the next step of cover one defense, and make sure you pay attention, lock in for these next few minutes because it's super important. It is a concept called leverage. It is where the defender is in relationship to where the receiver is to the football. Let me explain. Cole Bishop has outside leverage right now on Dalton Kincaid. Look at where his helmet is. He is on the outside shoulder pad of DK. But why is that the case? He has no help out here. So he needs to shade that way, because if he gets beat that way, there's no help. But he has help right here. Remember, Dorian Williams is not in man coverage. He's a low hole defender. And then Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the deep middle of the field safety. So, hey, if Dalton Kincaid wants to run a slant, you're running right into 42, you want to like run a dig or a post, CJ has him covered there. So as we see this play unfold a bit, he's going to keep outside leverage. Hey, I'm not letting you run outside. I'm not letting you run outside. Run in there. I got help in there. And as you can see, Cole Bishop is step for step on him the entire way. Pick route down the field, we're going to call that. But 24 gets back into play and makes the play and gets a PBU. So we just talked about Cole Bishop and his leverage. In cover one, he's more than likely going to be outside shade. What does that mean for the outside cornerbacks? Well, it depends. For this specific formation, Christian Benford is actually going to have inside shade of Josh Palmer. I know. I heard what I said about Dorian Williams, and his help is in here. Well, let's be practical for a second here, guys. If Josh Palmer runs a quick slant, do you think 42 or CJ is going to stop that if that pass is completed about right there? No, he won't. So let's play the percentages here. If you are outside cornerback, we're going to have inside leverage. And like we're going to say, hey, force the quarterback to make difficult throws down the sideline and use that sideline as another defender on the field. Now, one thing I didn't make clear earlier, you can run cover one out of any formation. Cover one is a coverage. It has nothing to do with the guys up front rushing the quarterback. Here it is in a 3-4, left side of your screen, 4-4. First coverage right in the middle. And nickel, I'm going to do a little bit of scrolling to get to it. But cover one, as you can see right now, on the left side of the screen, cover one robber. Dime, that is a look with 6 defensive backs. Here is cover one right here, cover one hole right in the middle of the screen. It is a coverage. It has nothing to do with the defense. 3-4, 4-4, 5-2, nickel. That is the personnel grouping in the formation. Cover one is a play call. It has nothing to do with the personnel out there on the field. All right, enough with these practice clips. Let's use cover one in a real game so I can show you guys the strengths and weaknesses of the coverage. For the sake of this video, I'm going to run cover one every single play. Now, that's not practical in real life unless you got a bunch of defensive backs that run 4-3s and the opposing team's wide receivers are trash. But it's just really to overemphasize the strengths and weaknesses. Now, one of the challenges of playing cover one defense against Seattle is the fact that you never want to leave Jackson Smith and Jigba by himself all game long, but T's and P's to Max Harrison, who I think has to do it on this play right here. Yeah, like I mentioned, We don't want Jackson Smith and Jigba ever by himself. In real life, we would probably shade some help over to JSN because we don't want to leave Max Harrison one-on-one. But listen, in the cover one defense in the man coverage family, if you get beat, more than likely there's a good chance the band is going to start playing because you are by yourself and you don't have a lot of help. It's 3rd and goal on the goal line. We're going to blitz that linebacker. We need to hate up Sam Darnold. Man coverage everywhere. Force him to make a tight contested throw. Nowhere to go with it. Nowhere to go. Put your feet in down bounds, young man. Oh, man. Hey, but that was the point. Tight man coverage everywhere. Force him to make a throw. It was a terrible decision. Keep your feet in bounds, young blood. Same exact play here on 4th down. Same exact play. Sam Darnold forced you to beat him, my boy. Running with the motion. Pick. Benford. House call. Give me the money. 4-7. You better not get caught. Better not get caught. House call. But once again, one of the benefits of man coverage, he tried to run an RPO right there. Run pass option. Christian Benford in man coverage. He has no obligation to read quarterback on that play. Picks it off. Call God. All right, we got 36 seconds right here before half. You usually wouldn't be in cover one right here because you are inviting fades down the sidelines. As you can see, we ain't got a lot of help on the perimeter. So we really need our cornerbacks to hold up on the outside. CB running with the motion. And that's why you don't run cover one in that situation. CB, for all of his strengths, he's not really a burner of any sorts. And Rashid Shaheed can fly. No help. If Rashid Shaheed gets behind him, strike up the band. All right, we got bombed a few times here in cover one. Let's heat up Sam Darnold so he ain't got nowhere to go. Hey, just because it's a pass play don't mean that extra defender, blitzer right there in Terrell Bernard can make a play in the run game too. Outside leverage. Cole Bishop. We need to be flat-footed, make some plays over the middle of the field. Nowhere to go because we had L's everywhere. That's a coverage sack right there. All right, man, here's the damn game right here. We're putting our guys in a terrible position to succeed, but we got to do it. We got to make a play. We're putting our guys in a bad spot right here. Man coverage everywhere, cover one. Hancock, we're robbing everything on the middle of the field. JSN, please don't get beat to the outside. Please. Please. That's bad coaching. That is bad coaching. That's on coaching. That's on coach. Well, I hope you guys learned a little something about cover one defense in football, the pros and the cons, and when you should and shouldn't run it in a game. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you next time.